So I've received this parcel in the post today from a company called PuK Gaming. I ordered this over the weekend and it's arrived today, so it's basically next day delivery, which is pretty impressive. And I got some goodies in here. These are all accessories for mobile phone gaming. I play Fortnite on mobile, touchscreen mostly. So these are going to be a bit of a game changer, I think, for me. So PuK Gaming is a company that is part owned by Ali. And if you use his code when you're buying this stuff in the item shop on the website, you get 10% off. So these three items, it came to, I think it was £30, £29, including shipping. It was about £3 odd for shipping. And I got 10% off. So what I've got here, I've got the grips, which go onto your phone to give it that controller feel. I've got a thumbstick, which is magnetic, and I've also got these triggers. So let's get all this unwrapped and hooked up onto the phone, and we'll see what it's like. Really nice packaging on all of this, actually. Considering that this is a low price point, it was 30 quid for this lot, including postage. The thumbstick comes with this nice little case, and then if you delve into the thumbstick box, you will find a spare little bottom screw for the thumbstick, which goes in there for the magnet part of it. And open it up, there's some QR codes for instructions, offers and all whatnot, magnet safety, and also you get a free one of these thumb sleeve, finger sleeve, you know, to make it a bit easier on the screen. Okay, so as far as the grips go, they recommend that you use you know, a gel cover for them, because I think they stick on. So I've just bought myself a cheap you know, one of these fairly solid but thin covers, because what I'm hoping I'll be able to do is stick the grips on and they can stay on there, and I can just take this off and switch between that and my normal cover. So yeah, let's get this slot open and have a little look. So it says, PuK grips redefine mobile gaming comfort. Let's have a little look. It's all really nicely packaged, actually. And yeah, so this little set only cost me 30 quid, or just under, with postage, using the discount code. So I think that's pretty impressive. Anyway, let's have a look. So these are nice. They feel solid. They're light, but they're solid. They've got these 3M stickers that I'm hoping will stick to the back of that case. So let's get these out and have a little look. Now, I know I've got the top triggers as well, haven't I? So I'm thinking maybe if we go that way round. Actually, let's get a trigger out and have a look at the size of them. Nice. So got a kind of clicky micro switch feel, but there's no electronics with these. They don't connect by Bluetooth or anything like that. It's all mechanical. So I think as far as tournaments and things go, you can still enter touchscreen tournaments, you know, touch-only tournaments, because they're not actually using any kind of software or, you know, connecting to the phone via Bluetooth or anything like that. They are, you know, touching. It's just a it's an extension of your hand, really, isn't it? But I think they're marked. Yeah, they're marked left and right. So let's have a little look. So that's the right. Oh, okay, so they've just got that grippy bit that sits on there. Nice. Okay. Will that fit by the buttons? Yeah, I reckon it might. Okay, what I might do is do it upside down, because obviously I'm going to need to adjust the volume and stuff while I'm playing. Right. And then they'll sit like that. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm not going to stick them in place yet. Let me get the game fired up, and we'll start again from there. The only other thing I need is the thumbstick. And I think you've got the option to either use this standalone with a magnet that sits on the back of the phone, that one, or you can connect through to the magnets that's inside these grips. But let me get all this stuck onto the phone, and we'll fire up a game. Okay, so I fired up Fortnite, and I've gone into the the touchscreen setup where you can create your HUD layout profiles. It's a bit fiddly getting around the menus with the triggers in place, but most things you can move around. So I've just set up sprint, aim, jump and shoot on the triggers, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick the grips on now that I'm happy it's all in the right place. I did opt for putting the volume and lock screen buttons down below in the end, because obviously you wouldn't be able to get to them at all in the game if the triggers were there. So right, let's peel these 3 M's off and stick them on the back of there. You do need those stickers in place because they do slide about a bit without sticking them, I reckon. It could just be that I don't think this gel cover is sitting particularly proud on the phone, but it could just be that it's sitting proud and that's why it's not gripping in properly. But oh, of course, that's over the phone. That's over the camera now, isn't it? Yeah, that's not ideal. Okay, let's turn that back around. Yeah, so this is a Samsung A54, and for me, the port is just about in the gap there, so that should be okay. Yeah, that's solid now. We'll stick that one on there. Give that a little press. Okay, and then finally the thumbstick. Yeah, and so that just picks up the magnet. Oh, that's nice. In the back of there. Right, let's get that right hand trigger on, roughly where I had it before. About there somewhere, I think. Yeah, so that's covering my volume and lock button now, which is a bit of a pain. You can, of course, just double tap. So let's go with that. Right then. Let's have a look. Where were they? They were... Let's just recenter that. Let's save that. Good. So yeah, we're back in. So yeah, it's a bit tricky getting to some of these top menus on the phone. But let's dive into a match and see where we go.
I almost need a second thumbstick for my right hand because it's really moving really nicely on the left hand for the movement. But the looking around, I can't get my head around not having a thumbstick on that side. So I might pick up a second thumbstick for the right hand side. But apart from that, I'm really pleased with these. It's all really well made, it's nice and solid, the buttons feel really sort of mechanical and well constructed. I keep forgetting what layout I've assigned to what trigger button though, so I keep jumping instead of shooting. So the top button is the right hand one. There you go, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Whatever way you look at it, that is a lot easier than just using the touchscreen, and it's a lot more comfortable as well. We're gonna move. Yeah, I like this. This is good. And it's really easy to control the stuff that isn't being done with the buttons too. You know, you can still get around the screen with your fingers, okay. You know, it doesn't slow down your movement in that way. Hello, what are you doing? Where's that guy? Yeah, PuK gaming controllers. If I could just figure out the sticking on that left hand grip, I'd be well happy. But apart from that, 100%. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.